Hello, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How are you today? Now we will discuss about fixed asset. Okay, the first topic is accounting for planned asset expenditure. What is planned asset? Planned assets are research that have three characteristics. The first is have a physical substance, a defined size and shape. The second is used in the operation of a business. And the third is not intended for sale to customers. Now, planned assets are expected to be of use to the company for a number of years. Except for land, planned assets decline in service potential over their useful life. Okay, there are four classification of planned asset. The first is land, the second is land improvement, and the third is building, the fourth is equipment. Now, how to determining the cost of planned asset? We will discuss it. Okay, land. Land are used as a building site for a manufacturing plant or official building. The cost of land include the cash purchase price, closing costs such as title and attorney fee, real estate broker commission, and accrued property tax and other land assumed by the purchase. Okay, now land improvement. Land improvement are structural additions made to land. Example are driveway, parking lot, fence, and landscaping. Nah, the cost of landing improvement include all expenditure necessary to make the improvement ready for their intended use. Okay, now building. Building are facilities used in operation, such as store, office, factories, warehouse, and airplane hangars. When a building is purchased, such costs include the purchase price, closing costs, and real estate broker commission. When a new building is constructed, cost consists of the contract price plus payment for architect fee, building permit, and excavation costs. Okay, the last equipment. Equipment include assets used in operation such as store checkout counter, office furniture, factory machinery, delivery truck, and airplane. The cost of equipment consists of the cash purchase price, sales tax, freight charge, and insurance during transit paid by the purchaser. It also includes expenditure required in assembling, installing, and testing the unit. Okay, there are two expenditure during useful life. Yeah, the first is ordinary repair, and the second is addition and improvement. Now, ordinary repair are expenditure to maintain the operating efficiency and productive life of the unit. They usually are small amounts that occur frequently. Companies record such repair as debit to maintenance and repair expense as they are incurred. Okay, addition and improvement. Addition and improvement are costs incurred to increase the operating efficiency, productive capacity, or useful life of a plant asset. They are usually material in amount and occur infrequently. Addition and improvement increase the company investment in productive facility. Companies generally debit this amount to the planned asset affected. The cost of land improvement include all expenditure necessary to make the improvement ready for their intended use. Okay, the second topic is depreciation method of planned asset. What is depreciation is the process of allocating to expand the cost of a planned asset over its useful or service life in a rational and systematic manner. Depreciation applies to three classes of planned asset. What is? It is land improvement, building, and equipment. Now, depreciation does not apply to land. Why? Because its usefulness and revenue producing ability generally remain intact over time. Okay, there are three factors affect the computation of depreciation. The first is cost, the second is useful life, and the third is salvage value. Cost is all expenditure necessary to acquire the asset and make it ready for intended use. Useful life is estimate of the expected life based on need for repair, service life, and vulnerability to obsolescence. Okay, salvage value is estimate of the asset value at the end of its useful life. There are three depreciation methods. The first is straight line method, the second is unit of activity method, and the third is declining balance method. Under the straight line method, companies expend the same amount of depreciation for each year of the asset useful life. It is measured slowly by the pace of time. Under the unit of activity method, useful life is expressed in terms of the total unit of production or use expected from the asset, rather than as a time period. The unit of activity method is ideally suited to factory machinery. Okay, the declining balance method produces a decreasing annual depreciation expense over the asset useful life. The method is so named because the periodic depreciation is based on a declining book value, costless accumulated depreciation of the asset. Okay, we will discuss about sample case of depreciation. We will compare the three depreciation method using the following data. For a small delivery truck purchased by Berbest Florist on January 1st, 2017. Okay, cost is 13,000 and expected sale value is $1,000. Estimate useful life in year is 5 years, and estimate useful life in meals is 100,000 meal. Okay, we will discuss straight line method first. Okay, the first step, we must calculate depreciable cost. The formula of depreciation cost is cost minus salvage value. Okay, cost is $13,000 means $1,000. So depreciable cost is $12,000. The next step, we can calculate annual depreciation expense. The formula is depreciable cost divided by useful life in year. So, $12,000 divided by 5 years. So, annual depreciation expense is $2,400. Now, we can compute an annual rate of depreciation. 100% divided by 5 years. So, an annual rate of depreciation is 20%. Okay, look the depreciation schedule. There are 6 columns. The first column is year. The second column is depreciable cost. The third column is depreciation rate. The fourth column is annual depreciation expense. And the fifth is accumulated depreciation. And the last is book value. Okay, the year, because the estimate useful life in year is 5 years. So here is year the first year is 2017, next 2018, and until 2021 year, yeah. So there are 5 years here. And then depreciable cost is that we have calculate, yeah. Depreciable cost is $12,000. So in the first year until the last year, the depreciable cost is the same amount, yeah. $12,000. And depreciation rate that we have calculate, yeah, 20%. So for the first year until the last year is depreciation rate is same. And then annually depreciation expense we have calculate, for the first year until the last year is the same amount, that $2,400. Okay, please look the accumulated depreciation column. For the first year, accumulated depreciation is same with annual depreciation expense for the first year. That is $2,400. For the second year, yeah, accumulated depreciation is accumulated depreciation for the first year plus annual depreciation expense for the second year. So $2,400 plus $2,400. So accumulated depreciation of 2018 is $4,800, and so on, yeah. Okay, now see the book value column. Book value column for 2016 is from cost, yeah, from cost minus accumulated depreciation. So $13,000 minus $2,400. So book value for 2017 is $10,600. Okay, book value for 2018 from cost minus accumulated depreciation of 2018, yeah. So $13,000 minus $4,800. So book value of 2018 is $8,200, and so on until the last year is must same with the expected sale value. So you must pay attention for the last year, yeah. Book value of the last year must the same amount with expected sale value. Okay, I hope you understand about the first method. Now we will discuss the second method, unit of activity method, yeah. We use the unit of activity for each year. So this year for 2017 is 15,000 mil, and so on, yeah. Okay, now the first step, we must calculate depreciable cost per unit. The formula is depreciable cost divided total unit of activity. So depreciable